Good morning, my dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. Under the supervision of our honorable principal sir, we have been regularly taking online classes. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Rajiv Kumar Das, Assistant Professor of English, Bagerhat Government Mohila College, Bagerhat. Today, I am going to discuss a special use of words and phrases. A special use of words and phrases. You know what is a word? A word is the combination of some letters or sounds. Now, what is a phrase? A phrase is the combination of some meaningful words. Of course, a word should denote a significant meaning, and of course, a phrase should also denote a significant meaning. In English, there are thousands of words and phrases, but some words or phrases are used especially. They have a special use, and today we are going to discuss this. Which words are special, or which words or phrases have a special use? So let us discuss with examples. The first one is eat. Eat. What is it? We all know the meaning of it is iha. It is a pen, it is a marker, or it is a whiteboard. But it also has a different use. It is used as introductory it. It is used when there is no particular subject. We use the term it as a subject. Let us show you with examples. Read the sentence. It is easy to say but difficult to do. There are actually two phrases here. To say is easy and to do is difficult. But there is no particular subject. So we have had it as a subject. It is easy to say. In fact, to say is easy, but I am saying it is easy to say. And to do is difficult, I am saying it is difficult to do. In total, the sentence is it is easy to say but difficult to do. Then another example. It takes two to make a quarrel. It, here it is the subject. It means that we need two people for a quarrel. I have said it takes two to make a quarrel. Here it is an introductory it. This is called introductory. Introductory it. It is used as an introductory it. It is used as a subject. Now there, we also use there as an introductory there. When we say something that we have something or there are something in a place, we use the term there at the beginning of a sentence. Let me show you with example. dash are 3,000 people in the village. So we know that 3,000 people live in that village. Now what should be the word at the beginning? Dash are, there are. We have to use there. In such cases, we use there. For example, there lived a king. A king lived. A king lived. But I am saying, to make it more clear, there lived a king. There was a famous ruler. There took place a great battle. In these cases, we use there at the beginning of the sentence. It is not a subject. Remember, there is always an adverb. It is never a subject, but it is used at the beginning of the sentence. So it is called introductory there. Now, was born. We always use passive voice when we say that someone is born or someone has come to the world. In that cases, we always use passive voice, was born. For example, Qazi Nazrul Islam dash in 1899. We have to use the phrase was born. Qazi Nazrul Islam was born. When you face such questions in the examination, you automatically know you will have to use was born if there is any reference to a year of the reference of a great man, and he was born in a particular year or in a particular place. In these cases, we use the phrase was born. Now have to, has to, and had to. We use have to show that something is compulsory, something is mandatory. To show this sense, we use the modal have to. In present tense. When it is past tense, it is had to. And when the subject is third person singular number and present tense, we use has to. Let me show you examples. You are very sick, you dash visit a doctor. So what we have to use? The phrase have to. You have to visit a doctor. It is compulsory. When somebody is sick, he has to visit a doctor. Now, if the subject was third person, for example, Karim is very sick. Karim is. After Karim there is no R, it is. Karim is very sick. He dash visit a doctor. Now I have to write he has to. After third person singular number, we cannot use have to. We have to use has to. He has to. He has to visit a doctor. Now, if the particular sentence is in past tense, Karim was very sick. Karim was or you are very sick. In that case, we have to use had to. Had to. He had to visit a doctor. He had to visit a doctor. Have to, has to, had to, they all are modal verbs. They are not principal verbs, they are modals. Now, had better. When do we use had better? When there is a suggestion or a kind of prescription. Somebody should do it. Rather than using should, we can use had better. For example, you look tired. You should take rest. In that case, we can say you had better take rest. Normally, we use we use verb 3 or we use perfect past participle form of the verb after the have verb, have, has, had. But this is an exception. After had better, we always use the main form of the verb because had better is a modal. Again, had better is a modal like have to. Let me show you examples. What have I written? It's very cold outside, by the cook thunder. You dash take warm clothes. You had better take warm clothes. Notice, after had better, we have used the main form of the verb, take. You had better taken, wrong. You had better take, right. Because had is not a particular had verb here. It is a modal. It is a modal auxiliary. You had better take warm clothes. Now, many students are confused between have to and had better. What is the difference? Have to denotes a meaning which shows something compulsory, something mandatory. করতেই হবে, না করলে উপায় নেই, যেতেই হবে. This means have to. But when there is just a suggestion, not so compulsory, it is had better. For example, I am busy. I have to leave now. I'm busy, আমাকে এখন যেতেই হবে. I have to leave now. And he looks tired. He had better take rest. সে ক্লান্ত. সে রেস্ট নিলে ভালো হয়. সে তার রেস্ট নেওয়া উচিত. In that sense, we can say he had better take rest. So, the depth or the urgency is more in have to and less in had better. So, we have discussed some special use of words or phrases in this class. We will continue this in our next class. Try to be safe, try to remain safe by not going outside without any reason, and try to wear mask and sanitizer and use sanitizer, and hopefully we will remain safe. In our next class, we will continue this discussion of the special use of words and phrases. Till then, goodbye.